morning, everyone. It is 9:40 at the moment, and just finished my first week here in London, and I've really loved it so far. It's a really cool experience here. So this week I started in a hostel, and so the hostel that I'm at is Astor Hyde Park in Kensington, and I didn't know that this was actually a very up kind of area. So everything here is expensive, but the hostel is very nice, it's very clean, and at a reasonable price as well. When I first got here, I underestimated how heavy my bags were and how much it would actually take in terms of my energy. So I had this 20 kilo bag on my back and this 10 kilo bag that I was carrying as well as a hand carry, and man, the walk was so long. I usually say walk is long, but obviously if you have bags and stuff as well, it's pretty crazy. Finally got to the hostel, and people there were very nice and so super chill, and I was exhausted at this point, and all I wanted to do was just lie down. It was so lucky that one of the cleaners, he asked if I needed any help, and he helped me with my bag. So my first night as well in Hyde Park, I did my very first laundry. Yes, I feel like a big boy now, so it's pretty cool. But it was a little bit depressing the first night because I always thought that hostel life, you get meet lots of people and everything like that, and I didn't meet anyone the first night, and I don't know, for me, I always thought that I would be cool being by myself, like introverted and stuff, but after this night I was just like, oh, I'm definitely an extrovert, and I needed the people, and I didn't have the people. So my first night, not that great, but I had to keep trekking through. At the hostel they do breakfast, and it's £1 for the breakfast. So I went to the breakfast, and I love breakfast, doing breakfast club in Monsu. I love breakfast, but I was like, alright, I need to make it an effort to actually meet people here. So I got my cereal, got my toast, and went to sit down next to a couple of guys, and we were eating with each other for about 10 minutes. No words were exchanged, and all of a sudden, just came out of my mouth. I said, oh, how long have you guys been here for? And I forgot what they say now, but we got really we got talking, and I was so happy, and we were talking about the plans that we were going to do today. After that, we were talking about Buckingham Palace and wanting to see the Buckingham Palace, and there's something called Changing of the Guard in Buckingham Palace, but they do it every second day. So we looked it up, what day it is, and it was the day that I met them, and I were like, hey, do you want to go together? And they said, yeah, sure, no worries. So tagged along with them, which was really cool, and the first time I was just like, okay, this is how the traveling is going to be like. It's going to have this kind of experiences, just meeting people and going to do those things. So it was awesome. So the Tuesday, went to the Buckingham Palace to see the changing of the guards, and wow, the palace is absolutely beautiful. However, when we went, there were a lot of people and everything like that. I think they were waiting for the changing of the guards as well. With the changing of the guards, they had the cool marching parade and everything like that. was really cool. But all of a sudden, they were starting to play Grease songs. I was like, "What? Are you serious right now?" So they're in marching band style. They're like, "You're the one that I want." Ooh, ooh, ooh. Are you serious right now? But yeah, it was so random, and I didn't enjoy changing of the guard. I loved the place. It was really cool. The next day, it was a rest day because ever since coming back from, ever since coming into London, I've gone out every single day, and so what I did was, I was just relaxing in my room the whole day, and it was really nice because that was the day that I was watching Parks and Rec with Josiah Jones, and what we did was we watched it together, and we were also messaging each other at the same time, just commenting on it, or it was like we were watching it together, which is really cool. So watched 2 episodes of that. So yeah, it was good rest day. The second day, I went to the Natural History Museum, which was really cool. After that, went to Museum of London just to meet Will. So he was the other microeconomics past teacher back in Australia that I taught with. He was doing a semester here overseas, and it was really cool just to see him and to hang out, and it's pretty cool as well to hang out at a different country as well. What happened there was I was supposed to go to the Museum of London, and he said, "Alright, I'll meet you here," and I said, "Okay." So I finally got there, and he was like, "Alright, I'll meet you at the this exhibit, the Roman exhibit." And I said, "Oh, I'm in the European exhibit." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" And then so it was maybe about 10-15 minutes of us going back and forth, like telling us where each other was. And then I realized, I said to the guy, the security guy, I was like, "Is this the Museum of London?" And it's like, "No, this is the British Museum." It's like, "Oh no." So I went to the place that I went before last week, and I went to here, and so it was another like 15 minutes away, so I had to go over there. So that's what I did. But it was a nice catch up there as well. Yesterday, I went back to the Natural History Museum just to see the dinosaur exhibit. When I went before, the line was way too long. So I went first thing in the morning, and I really wanted to take some photos for Johnny, just to show him everything there. So I went back to that, and it's really awesome. I love going to all these museums, but for me, I was thinking, should I be going to these museums, getting all this information and stuff like that, or should I be going into the different places here and just really experiencing the cultures? And one of my roommates, Cliff, is a really cool guy. He went to Camden Market, and I was just like, oh, it would have been really cool to go Camden Market to just because it's a very alternative kind of place, and they had their own culture, and it was really cool to hear something like that. And I think for me, I have to really try and redefine what I'm going to be doing and where I'm going to be spending my time as well. After the dinosaur museum, though, I went to Manang Aba's friend's birthday party, I think it was, and it was really cool just to meet other people, other locals. And something that's really interesting is, the guys that I met over there, they're all half Filipino, so half Filipino and half something else, and I'm just like, oh, okay, no worries. But yeah, it was really cool to meet everyone there, and Kuya Adrian was really cool, and he was really teaching me things about the Philippines, and he's really socially aware about things, and it was awesome to meet. And apparently met my older brother Sumo, and he's bigger than me though. I haven't met a lot of other people who are bigger than me, but that's cool. Today, went to a place called Carnival. So it's a street festival, and I really underestimated how big and festive this thing actually is. And people kept hyping it up, but yeah, I did not expect this at all. And it was a blast. So I'll just show the videos. I went with Cliff, and we went to, this little parade bit, and there are these buses who are playing these really cool Caribbean music. And so, just wanted to follow around, and so I was just recording with the GoPro, and then all of a sudden, this black woman was dancing with us, and I was just like, alright, this is pretty cool. And then after that, she's like, okay, bye, and she strokes my arm, and then she squeezes my arm, and then she got really excited, and she kept squeezing and stroking my arm. I was like, oh wow, okay, I'm just gonna let this happen. And so she did her thing, and I just kept walking away.
Let me hear you. Let me hear you say yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh, big yeah,
yeah. But yeah, that's pretty cool. For this week, a lot of different things that I have done. I've already booked for Scotland. I'm leaving for Scotland on Tuesday. So we're going to Edinburgh, and then from there I think I'm gonna go to Ireland, but it's still pretty open road for me at this stage. So I really miss you, family. The thing that made me want to come back was watching Parks and Rec with Josiah Jones, and I was speaking with Johnny, and this is the most that I've spoken with Johnny, like even speaking on Messenger, and it's really cool that we're becoming closer as brothers, and even with Josiah, and he the way, like, all the time what he does is he does the full colon and then the equals, the 3 sign, and just like that's the way he's being cute. But yeah, 1 week down, another 23 to go.